Hello again. Now that we've got the wedding complete and behind us, we got home, and instead of taking some time to relax from the trip, I jumped right into some stuff that had been put off for the last couple months and was significantly overdue. The first thing I got to do, unfortunately, is some repairs on my brush trimmer. We got this, I don't know, a couple years ago, specifically because we needed to be able to clear blackberries, and a weed trimmer just doesn't work. It just the string trimmer doesn't have enough capability. So we got this, so you can put a blade on it, which you can see down there on my little makeshift work table. I do have that off, and am running a string trimmer head on it at the moment because I know I'm going to be working around some fencing, some tires, some lumber, some logs, all kinds of stuff that I don't want damaged. But the little clamp that actually locks the power head to the shaft had apparently broke into 3 pieces when I'm guessing it was while I had the one of the blade attachments on it, and hit a shrub that was a little too big for it. Which happened a lot using this guy as a brush trimmer. The way it's intended was it's pretty hard on it. The blackberries and the shrubs and stuff out here get pretty thick. So I'm gonna be you can see I've already got some work done from the night before, and I kind of limped along with the power head and just kept having to turn it. I was actually rather surprised how much of a difference it made having that locked into place as far as being able to to do the trimming. I didn't think it actually made that big of a difference because it wasn't like popping off or anything, but I don't know. Anyway, so this field is ultimately going to be our fruit orchard when as we move along. As I continue to clear and gain access to other areas, I move the logs and that kind of stuff. And so at the moment, I'm not really mowing the grass so much as just mowing around things so that there's a path wide enough that I can come back with the brush hog, which you can't see at the moment, but that's actually what I'm mowing around right now. See, there's now you can see the orange. This grass is about 5 feet tall in most of it. Right here was about a little less than 5. But as you can see, it's just I'm exposing all kinds of stuff over here. There's also a box blade hiding in the grass between me and the brush hog. So that tree right there that I'm around, that is our oak tree. The goal is we're going to bring some gravel in, and in small enough increments that we don't kill off the grass, and the grass can actually grow up and around the gravel. But this area, essentially from the brush hog around to the right edge of the logs, is going to be kind of a overflow parking, so to speak. It'll be a spot where people can come in and pull off if I need to have freight dropped off. it'll be a spot where they would be able to back up and have a nice gravel-ish pad, a nice flat area that's solid. That's the goal. We want it to stay grass though, so that's why we're going to try and do it in a way that gives us a firm ground, but lets us keep the grass here. Um, but it'll be centered around that oak tree, and then the outer edges of that will actually will basically be what we're nicknaming Emily's poisonous flower garden. So this is where all of the really pretty flowers that she wants to grow, but we know are actually dangerous or poisonous for either the rabbits or the cat, the dog, things like that. This is where they would get planted to kind of create a border for that parking field area, and that oak tree will eventually, you know, grow out and keep filling that out and provide a nice covered area for who knows what if we ever want to do things where we just need a big open firm grass area. So obviously I ran out of gas. I'm kind of questioning this gas because the vent cap had popped off, and I wondered if I should use it, but I figured it was under the protection of the roof there, so I poured a little bit into a metal bowl so I could see it, and then I realized now I don't know what to do with that, so I just lit it on fire. Let it burn off. But now we're going to get back to it. And I don't know if you can see. Let me mark this real quick. All right, here we go. So I'll mark a few of these. I don't actually know what they're called. Emily's been the one that's done a lot of the plant research, and she identified these as an invasive weed. She nicknamed them dinosaur weeds because they just sort of look like something, from ancient times. I can kind of see that. They're almost like a corn stalk that has stronger support for the leaves, so they don't seem to droop like corn leaves do, and they're very, very much pointy. They're hollow, and they're very woody once they get more than a couple of inches tall. So the weed trimmer doesn't like to hit them. The string tends to get destroyed by them. So I'm going to put the blade on the trimmer, and come back and hit those with the trimmer. And the nice part about that is that the blade that I have for this particular blade anyway, for the trimmer, actually has a curve on the ends that comes down 90 degrees from the main blade, specifically so that you can lift it up and down through the brush to just demolish whatever it is that you're needing to clear. That was the way it was advertised to me by the salesman when I bought it, and it lived up to its name. So that's what I'm going to do right now is swap that out for this blade, and you can see there the wing on it, I guess. But one of the nice parts is that since I don't have to worry about the string being destroyed, I can take something right down to the dirt and even dig into the dirt a little bit with that. So that is my goal now, is to just demolish these dinosaur weeds and take them off as close to the ground as possible so that they have to spend any stored energy trying to regrow. And I'll come back in another week or two and do the same thing, and as long as we can prevent them from going to seed, then we shouldn't have a problem with them popping up next year. The only place they've shown up on the property is wherever we have had fill from the county, which I'm not complaining about because the fill cost us, I think it was $120 for the fill and grade permit that we had to apply for, and then they were supposed to bring in 500 cubic yards of fill, and they ended up bringing like 480 or something. But for $120, if I'd have bought the same amount of fill from the gravel pit, for instance, that was a total of like 38 dump trucks or something like that. I don't remember what it was. Each truck was 16 yards, so yeah, 32 dump trucks basically, somewhere around that. And each one of those dump trucks would have cost me $250. So that's a hefty bill just to get some fill. I mean, that would have been almost $8,000. So for $120, I will take it, and we'll deal with a few weeds here and there as we need to. But now what I'm trying to work on is there's a little bit of a ditch that we're working on cutting into the field so that it'll allow the water flowing through the down the field to actually give us a little bit better watering capability for the trees as we grow, or as we get them planted. So I worked my way back up along that ditch, just trimming the grass so that I could see it. Again, I'm just trying to make sure that the things that are important to not hit with the brush hog are as easily visible as possible. And I'm basically done with my task for today, so at the moment I'm just wandering around trimming just until I run out of gas, because then I don't have to worry about leaving gas in the tank. But this is about where the camera ended anyway, so it was pretty fortuitous timing. As always, thank you for watching. Stay safe, and God bless you and yours.